Mocha versus Bokeh, take two. So today we are reviewing the Zoom H1 handy recorder.
First generation.
We're talking through right now, so you can, sort of judge the audio quality. We're pairing it with a Sony lavalier mic, which we're both wearing. It does have a built-in, microphone here at the top. So if you don't have a lavalier, you can use it just sort of, get it kind of close to the source, and it'll do pretty well. But basically, this is a game changer for so many video situations. We use it a lot because we do a lot of weddings. So we use it a lot for, during the ceremony, capturing the vows. Maybe during the first look,
right,
just saying sweet nothings. You can just, have the groom stick this in his pocket, put it on his lapel. And then you get a nice clear audio feed.
Because we depend a lot on our audio when we create our videos. We rely on audio to get our video to the next level. And I think that using this would definitely help that out.
You can do a lot with like getting pretty cinematic shots and things like that. But, without audio, you almost feel like there's something lacking. Soon as you add an audio track, even if it's not the greatest audio, like, some people are not great at writing vows. But even mediocre vows will add an incredible amount of depth to a video. From an interview, it makes a big difference. If you're just using on-camera audio, it's just not, you just can't compare it.
Yeah.
The other thing is that if you mic somebody up with a lavalier mic, there's no restriction on how far away they can be from the camera. If you have an on-camera mic, that your subject has to be very close to the camera, which isn't always great. You're kind of limited. If you're using a lavalier, they could literally be like 100 feet away and you're going to get crystal clear audio. I'd say the one downside I can think of is syncing in post.
Syncing in post.
So
sometimes battery, sometimes your SD
battery,
card.
Yep.
Some of that external mic that you plug into the camera doesn't necessarily require that. So all you got to do is just plug it into the mic.
Some external,
input,
yeah,
and it's all set.
Some of the, like actually the mic I'm using right now,
some of them does, yes,
requires a battery, but some of them don't. Some of them you can just plug in and it works. For the on-camera mics, these lavaliers obviously they have to have a battery.
Yeah.
So make sure you've got fresh batteries because nothing worse than obviously losing audio.
Yeah.
I will say for syncing audio in post, it took us an embarrassingly long time to figure out that Adobe Premiere has an automatic syncing feature. So literally, you take your on-camera audio feed, drag in your audio from your field mic, and you highlight both of them, right-click, synchronize.
And everything is good.
And you're good. Yeah. We were literally editing one day and we're like, maybe they have an auto syncing feature. Like Adobe's a big company. They probably figured this out. We just Googled it and sure enough.
And then thankfully for YouTube, there was a video about it.
The other features of the lavalier mic are you've got auto level, which we're using now. I think it sort of automatically adjusts, like, if you're, compresses your audio signal a little bit. So the highs and the lows will get evened out a little bit. Recording format, you've got WAV and MP3. We use MP3 mostly just because it saves a lot of space. But we've noticed in Adobe Premiere that having MP3 doesn't always allow you to import. Like it'll import and it'll do like a very weird, like, it'll take like a 1 second piece of it. It'll just
loop it. It'll just looping it.
And if that 1 second loop is like, somebody sighing, it sounds really like inappropriate. Record as MP3, save it, use Audacity to convert the MP3 to WAV format. Mm-hmm. If you import the WAV, we haven't had any problems with the WAV. So that saved us.
Yeah, we'll send you a link on the Audacity.
Yeah, we'll send you a link. Audacity's free.
Audacity is free.
It's free, so it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
It takes literally 3 clicks to save it, export as a WAV. And it's awesome.
And it's great.
And it saves us. And actually, it's funny because we did a lot of searching in the forums. We're like, how do you fix this audio problem? And a lot of people are having it, but there was no good fix.
Yeah.
And then simply we just used Audacity, converted to WAV, and all the problems went away. So a great thing to have in your arsenal for video gear. We use it all the time. Okay. And we think the audio quality is actually very, very decent. You can judge for yourself. I mean, we're talking right now, so share your thoughts on that. Today we're also doing a special. So even though it's our first episode, it's also a special episode because we did a we do on this channel, we do reviews of coffee. So then we pit it against the gear. Like, what do we like better, like the coffee or the gear? And
we rate them, and then at the end of the video.
So today we're doing, we took actually a trip to the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in New York City, and we did a segment for you guys. So check it out. Roll the clip. Or I don't know. What do you want to say? Or do you want to say like, just check it out?
Just check it out.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Where is
it's just gonna happen.
It's just gonna happen. We are drinking affogatos. So
Classic affogato.
It's essentially ice cream with 2 scoops of espresso.
What is it? Vietnam. Vietnam
the bean
espresso?
for the espresso, it's like from Vietnam. Yeah. So
I'm gonna. Okay, you're gonna wait for it. Okay.
I don't even know how to drink this or eat it like
go.
ice cream. I don't know. I'm gonna let that simmer on my taste buds for a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need a couple more minutes. Okay, yes, please.
I got it on my nose now. Okay, guys, I've been hating on Starbucks a lot
Mocha
lately,
versus
but
Bokeh.
holy shit, this is good.
Well, so this is vanilla ice cream, I believe, right?
I think it's vanilla ice cream
Vanilla
and
ice
2
cream.
espresso shots.
2 espresso shots poured right over. And by the way, they put it right in front of us too.
Yeah.
They delivered it actually to our
delivered it,
table. So which is kind of nice.
The Reserve Experience, guys.
And you could really tell the difference between the brewing process
I think so.
of this espresso and just getting a regular, black coffee at a Starbucks, nearby. This is really tasty.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely taste the difference.
I would say
very rich in flavor.
I give it 4.5. 4.5 out of 5.
4.5?
4.5 out of 5. Green Mermaid. I take a half point away just because it's so damn expensive. This thing is like $9.
It's very expensive, but I think that for what you're getting in the experience, it's definitely worth
the
it.
experience is cool.
By the way, I know that you get coffee, ice cream, and things like that, but never an espresso poured over a vanilla ice cream like this. It's a genius.
They didn't invent this, by the way. This is like an old Italian thing.
No.
I would actually give this 4.5.
4.5? Okay.
4.5.
I would definitely give this 4. Yeah, 4.5. I think 4.5.
It leaves a little bit of point on the price. It's a little ridiculous.
A little bit to the high. Yeah.
Is a good deal.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
There's the clip. What did you guys think? Wow, we got back to the city really quickly.
We got back. So just to do the rating on the mic.
Hold on, we haven't covered a lot more. I mean, we haven't covered a couple more things here.
A couple more things.
All right, so it uses micro SD cards for this particular microphone, and also it has two inputs here for both the headphones and the mic. So we found ourselves having to just cover the headphones because
it's kind of
we made that
embarrassing
mistake.
to say, yeah.
it is embarrassing to say, but we made a mistake of putting on the mic onto the headphone input, and we ended up not recording anything. So we ended up just putting, I don't know if you can see that, we ended up just putting a tape. Yeah, it's a manual focus.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it is a good thing to have. Like, if you are in the field and you really want to make sure your audio signal is good, like,
you need to have headphone jack.
have headphones,
Yeah.
plug it in, make sure you're getting, the right audio signal that you want. But, oftentimes in a wedding, like, we're always on a run and gun situation.
Exactly.
Like, so we try to dial in the audio signal to, like, where, we know if they clipped on the lapel, we're going to get a good quality audio level. So we just tape over it so we don't make any mistakes. Now, about the SD card, it does not allow you to use like 64 gigabyte cards. Right now we're using 2 gigabyte SD cards in here. I think it works with 16 and 32, but I'm not sure. It definitely doesn't work with 64.
It does not work with 64.
So there's a limit. So just be careful if you're buying this. Don't buy a 64 gig card. It's not going to work. 2 gigabytes definitely works. That gets you actually a surprising amount. If you're on MP3, it gets you a surprising amount of record time. We're at 128 kilohertz for the sampling, but you can use higher, 193, whatever, or 192. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll let you speak about the hold, because that's
okay. So definitely learned this the hard way. In order to record initially on this recorder, there's sort of like 3-step. It's sort of a poor design, but there's a 3-step process where you have to turn it on, you hold it to turn it on. Once it's on, and then you press record, which is here in the front, and then you switch it to hold so that when it's recording, it doesn't accidentally get pushed or anything like that. It just keeps recording and it's fine until you're done recording. And then when you're done recording, you have to take it off of hold, press the stop record, and then turn it off. Now, if you don't do that in that order, it doesn't save what you've recorded.
It doesn't save, which is a bad design in my opinion.
It's a bad design
because it really should save regardless. Like, so this is a 3-way switch. After you're done recording, when you're switching it back, you have to be very careful that
not to go all the way
to the power off position, because it's very easy to do actually. If you just like were to switch it and like accidentally go too far, it'll turn off and not
save what you recorded.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you just get it to the on position, from hold to on, and then you hit the record button.
Yeah.
And then you say abracadabra, and then it saves. Mm-hmm. And then you switch it off, and then you're good to go. Yeah, it's magic. I will take a little bit of points away for like some of the newer microphones or like field mics have a more slender profile. It's kind of like if you were asking someone to put this in their pocket, it might be a little bit like bulky. I would say if Zoom could make a thinner, I mean, sure, maybe some of their higher end versions are thinner.
The one that you had before, what was it? What was that? Like,
I have a Sony one that's a lot thinner.
That was cool.
It's like a credit card size. You could just stick it in your pocket. Like that's the only other thing with this one. It's a little bit bulky.
But I'm sure the quality is a bit different though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The sound quality. But
hey,
I mean, there's room for improvement, definitely, for sure.
I mean, it's a very cheap one. So,
what is the retail price of this?
I don't know. It's probably like $100.
We'll send a link on Amazon link on the description below.
Link, and it'll be an affiliate link. So if you want to support this channel, we appreciate it. Please do.
One other thing that it uses a AA battery, and also there is a little connecting here, 1/4-inch screw for if you want to connect it to a tripod.
Oh yeah.
You can.
I give the Zoom Field Recorder a 4 Bokeh balls
out of 5, right?
Balls out of 5 Bokeh balls. 4 out of 5 Bokeh balls.
I think I give it about a 4 Bokeh balls.
4 Bokeh balls. Okay. Well. I guess that means the Affogato wins, right? Affogato wins. It's a very close one.
But
this is 4 Bokeh balls. The other one's 4.5. But very close. It's almost a tie.
So if it's Mocha versus Bokeh, Mocha wins.
Mocha wins. So
there you go, guys.
So yeah, stay tuned. We've got a lot of videos in the pipeline.
I know. We have just like buried with footage.
We probably have like at least a couple dozen video ideas just for this channel.
Yeah. I just feel like, so if you guys are new to the channel, you guys are just tuning in, please, we have a lot more videos coming up. We just have a lot of ideas for the future of this channel. If you want to stick around and just join us in our journey, this is, you guys won't regret it. We'll try to make it as entertaining, as informative, and just fun for everybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, guys.
Peace.
out.
See you guys next time.
Guys, don't go yet. Wait.
Not yet. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We have a special bonus feature, if you will, for this first episode. When we were at the Starbucks Roastery in New York City, one of the baristas serving us was awesome. She was like super bubbly, super friendly, and we asked her if we could just interview her and ask her some questions about the drinks there and the affogato and get some behind the scenes information. And she was really kind enough.
She was very knowledgeable.
Yeah, she was super knowledgeable. She gave us a ton of information. Her name is Alyssa. Shout out to her. She's super awesome, and we'll roll the clip here. So.
I'm actually in charge of back of house operations here underneath the AM. So ice cream is a little bit about my area. We need 24 trays of ice cream in back of house at all times. And so 24 trays back of house, they each hold 12 scoops each. And then we have about 10 trays up at any time. Ice cream we have is Blue Marble, which is organic and from Brooklyn. It's one of the best. So the blend we use isn't their regular vanilla bean. They made it specially for Starbucks. It's more of a gelato. They talked about how much air they put in. They put a little bit less air, I believe, in our ice cream than they do in theirs at their stores if you go to them. It is phenomenal. They gave us a little sample of their regular one when we were training, and it was like having a piece of heaven.
Or not?
It's it's cream based.
It is cream based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So all of our beans are roasted the same if we use them as espresso or otherwise.
Yep.
Typically, it's up to the management which they'd like to have on the espresso for the day. We like to rotate them. So sometimes we'll have Vietnam, sometimes we'll have Brazil. Today we were lucky and we had both. I adore the Vietnam though.
It's very good.
Yeah. It's roasted a little bit longer than I would say the other coffees are. So we do the 2 crack system, and I believe the Vietnam cracks twice before we're done. He's upstairs. But the roasters who roast them are here in-house. They have to wear blue jeans and blue shirts, so when you walked up, I thought you were like a new roaster. Seriously, I was like, did we get a new guy? But
So that's the only difference, is that it's roasted longer than...
Yeah, the Vietnam, because it's a darker roast. Espresso beans at Starbucks are, if like the espresso blend, that is made especially for espresso, just based off taste preferences.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion, the Vietnam is best on French press. I have it at home. I have
how
2
is this
French
made,
presses.
though?
That's made as espresso, and so what they do is they take a 95 to 105 grams of vanilla ice cream, put it in, we scoop it back of house, then we put in like these little, I would say compostable papers that we can then compost after. Put the scoop of ice cream in, and then we pour the espresso in. They should have poured it in front of you.
Oh, they did for his, not mine. I'll get a refund though.
No!
So is the espresso though, like, what's that process like?
Oh, that's really, okay, so it's really heartwarming. I really enjoy it. We had a lot of training based off of it. So everyone tamps differently, and that's a big part of the espresso is tamping it. The tamp really can make or break your thing. I have such a weak tamp that when I tamp, it never pulls right.
Okay.
And so since I haven't really been on espresso for a while, I had to step off today because my tamp was not killing it. But I think you had yours made by Kaylee or Marla, and they're both marvelous. I don't know who's on espresso for yours.
It was fantastic. I mean, it was really good. So
yeah, we have some amazing baristas here.
So the tamp, is that like
It's
how
like when you
pack
stamp down,
okay,
you pack the espresso in.
Got it.
So we have our grinders. They grind it. It should be 18 grams each time of espresso. We have our grinders set up to be gravitas on each end. So if our bars are both packed, someone can get gravitas. That's our house blend. Then we have Vietnam, Brazil, and decaf.
I'm kind of curious. Those machines, like
Our grinders?
no, the espresso, like the things that the thing that she's touching right now.
Yes, our
What,
group
like,
heads.
Is that like
So-
machine? Is that like a Starbucks proprietary thing, or is that like where do you get that? It's enormous.
That's our Black Eagles. So the Black Eagle is It's their own brand,
It
so
is their
we
own.
ordered them special for us, and then we had Starbucks Reserve put on the back. They are amazing. They're literally top of the line. They're some of our
Because I imagine
best.
to get like the quality that Starbucks gets, like you need probably something
top of the line,
ridiculous
the best
like
of the
that,
best.
right?
Yeah, and they're wonderful.
Do you have any tips for like how you could sort of try to replicate it at home? Like,
Ooh,
like how would
the
you
affogato
get like,
at home or
well,
espresso?
Just espresso, because affogato would just be pouring it over.
I would say espresso, making espresso. Any at-home espresso maker, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Every machine's going to give you a little bit of a different flavor. So, and spatial-wise,
Yeah.
my cousin has a tiny one at home that you can froth on. She's a manager down in North
Oh,
Carolina.
okay.
So.
At a Starbucks?
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's like a family thing.
Yeah, I'm actually getting my cousin to move here to be a bartender upstairs. Like,
that's
it's
awesome.
a big family thing for me.
awesome.
She met her husband through Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they love espresso, and so they bought a tiny little espresso machine at home that has a frother next to it.
Okay.
For espresso machines, everyone has their own personal favorite. It's really like, your favorite style of pen, What do you want as your extension of your hand?
Okay.
These are really great. They're top of the line. And the group pad has 3 options. You could do a ristretto shot, so like it would be shorter, sweeter. The normal shot, if you have a normal shot, you want it to be anywhere between 24 and 29 seconds. If it's any shorter or longer, it's trash,
Okay.
even by 1 second. I would never serve a 23 or a 30-second shot. It just wouldn't taste right.
Right.
And not only do they have their own times, but each espresso should have its own perfect second count. And that's why on the grinders we have each espresso and then the perfect second count for the perfect flavor towards it. Any of these baristas should be able to sip espresso, whether they drink it regularly or not, and tell you if it's right or wrong. It's called dialing in to fix it to that exact second. I'm normally back of house, or I come in later, so I don't normally dial in, but I've been coming in a little bit earlier. And you can get really hopped up by just tasting espresso and making sure it's right. It's crazy. But we want everyone's drink to be perfect every time. And then obviously there's the long shot. That will go and go and go until you stop it on the group head. And I accidentally hit it once, and it was like 90-second espresso shot. It was the grossest thing. It was
Wait, just
terrible.
like tar or something? Or what
Yeah,
is it?
I had to throw
it's
it
like-
out. It was trash.
Okay.
It's great though, yeah. And then, we have 3 group heads for every machine. Sometimes you only have 2,
Yep.
and sometimes, if you have an espresso machine at home, you might only have 1. Next to it are the frothers. We have 2 frothers at either end. It's nice to you can move them.
Yep.
Not all the time, especially at core stores. You can only go up and down. Over here, you can go left, right, up, down. Side to side. Either way.
And so this bar here, this was what's the name of this bar?
The
'Cause it's-
experience bar.
The experience bar. So
Yeah.
is this is this just like the reserve line, and then
It's different
something-
beverages.
Okay.
So originally when we started and we opened, this was total service, and we'd have someone bring you your beverages. You'd be served here. They'd give you menus, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And then they would also sit down and walk you through it. They should still be walking you through it when you get your beverage, like pouring your
But you can get all the same drinks
espresso.
over there. It's just
No,
you can't-
different drinks.
Oh, it's different drinks.
We
Okay.
have the ganache down here that's only for down here. Upstairs, what do they have that's only upstairs? They have the sparkling citrus espresso that's
Okay.
tonic water espresso shaken. It's crazy.
Is
We've
that
got
good?
a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I like it, and
Okay.
especially with the Brazil because you get that fruitiness.
Okay.
Every espresso goes differently with every beverage.
All right, guys, you got to get the experience then. 'cause
Yes.
This you can't get this anywhere else, right?
No,
This is like what?
The
There's
closest
only
you can get
the other
it
one
is
is Shanghai,
Seattle.
right? Or I thought the other Reserve Roastery was.
So
in
we have
China.
Seattle, then we also have Shanghai, as well as Milan. We're about to open Tokyo and Chicago.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
there's a lot on the horizon. Very cool.
I do have family in Chicago though, and I will say, even if it's Princi Pizza, it's going to be better in New York.
Of course, everything's better in New York, guys.
Yes. My name is Alyssa Fagan. I'm an operational lead of back of house at the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in New York City. Thank you for watching Mocha versus Bokeh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
That was
guys.
awesome.